Chapter 1205. After Mr. White bid $1.1 billion, Mr. Lane also felt that he had to come up with some means, otherwise he would probably miss this rejuvenation pill. So he gritted his teeth and said, "Since Brother White has already bid $1.1 billion, then I will pay $1.2 billion. Chris Tyler didn't care too much. He himself was richer than Mr. Lane and Mr. White combined, so whether it was $1.2 billion or $1.5 billion, it didn't make much difference to him. But this rejuvenation pill, he is determined to get it. So he said indifferently, "If this is the case, then I will go straight to $2 billion. As soon as the voice fell, the scene was boiling. From $1.2 billion to $2 billion, this is simply the most incredible and lavish auction that everyone has ever seen. What is the concept of $2 billion cash? If 1 month's pocket money is $10 million, then $2 billion is enough to spend nearly 17 years. If these $2 billion are deposited in the bank, calculated at an annual interest rate of 5%, the annual interest alone will be $100 million. Calculated in this way, the monthly interest is more than $8 million. This is simply an astronomical figure that is unimaginable for ordinary people, even the rich. But for a billionaire like Chris Tyler, this is nothing more than 1/20th and 30/30 of his own assets. Chris Tyler has struggled for half his life, earning money for enjoyment, and to make himself live better and more chic, so $2 billion to buy a rejuvenation pill is simply too cost-effective for him. So when he quoted this price, he didn't feel distressed at all. But Mr. White and Mr. Lane, at this moment, felt a deep weakness in their hearts. Behind these two people is a large-scale family. Each family's direct relatives and collateral relatives add up to dozens of people, that is, dozens of mouths waiting to eat. Take Mr. Lane as an example. The Lane family's assets are less than tens of billions. It's not impossible to use $2 billion to bite the bullet. But Lane's assets are not only owned by Mr. Lane. If he spends $2 billion to buy a rejuvenating pill, your own money is not enough, you must use family money. In this way, the family must have great opinions. After all, there is only one such thing as rejuvenating pill, and it cannot be distributed to everyone. So he could only hold his fists helplessly towards Chris Tyler, and said, "Mr. Lane is really extraordinary, I admire him. Mr. White's situation is no better than Mr. Lane, and even in terms of strength, the White family's strength is a bit weaker than that of the Lane family. What's more, the two descendants of the White family, Daniel White and Twinkle White, offended Alex and lost the qualification to cooperate with the Diamond Group, which also caused the White family to lose a lot. Therefore, the current White family can only stay away from the price of $2 billion. Seeing that no one had robbed him, Chris Tyler was relieved. However, he was not half proud, nor did he express his joy. He held fists at Mr. White and Mr. Lane, and said modestly, "Brother White and Brother Lane, thank you for your love, and someone from Lane will come to thank you next day." Both Mr. White and Mr. Lane spoke very humbly. Mr. Lane is polite. It is the extraordinary strength of Mr. Lane. The two of us are beyond expectation. Everyone couldn't fully marvel at the harmony between the three. A rejuvenation pill with a starting price of $200 million was fired all the way to $2 billion by the three of them, but the three of them were still not eager and blushing. And even everyone was quite decent, which was indeed praised. At this time, Chris looked at Alex and said respectfully, "Master Anderson, since no one else is bidding with me, then I took the courage to photograph your rejuvenating pill." Alex nodded lightly, handed the rejuvenation pill directly to him, and said, "In that case, this rejuvenation pill is yours."